Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Gamers Extreme. I'm your host, Oscar, and with me is my co-host, Jack. Today we're diving into the mysterious world of Stray.
That's right, Oscar. Stray has been generating a lot of buzz with its unique premise of, playing as a stray cat in a cyberpunk city. So, let's kick things off with the gameplay. So, tell me, Oscar, what are your initial impressions?
Well, Jack, I have to say, the gameplay in Stray is unlike anything I've experienced before. Controlling the kitty cat feels fluid, and the developers did a fantastic job capturing the movements of a feline. The parkour elements as you navigate through the urban landscape are a standout feature. It's not just about exploration either. There's a sense of agility and freedom that's truly refreshing, and holy cow, it is a cute kitty.
Most definitely. See, the attention to detail is just incredible. From the way the cat moves its tail to the realistic animations of the city. It's just clear how much time and effort was put into developing this game. And it just really feels like the developers made it their top priority to have the feel of being an actual cat, as close to realistic as possible. And let's not forget about the puzzles now, because they strike a perfect combination of being challenging enough to keep it entertaining, but also to keep you engaged in the narrative, and so you don't really get stuck on anything. It's awesome.
True, the puzzles aren't just there for the sake of being puzzles. They seamlessly integrate into the story, providing a sense of accomplishment when you solve them. It's a clever way to keep the player invested in the narrative while challenging their problem-solving skills.
Now let's shift to the narrative of Stray. So you see, it has a really unique way of approaching the way it tells a story. As a cat, you're not just a spectator like you maybe would expect a kitty to be, but rather you're immersed in the gameplay as much as you possibly can be. You play a huge role in all of the unfolding events, and it's a super subtle yet effective way of immersing players into this world. So, Oscar, did you find this narrative style engaging?
Absolutely, Jack. It's a fresh take on storytelling instead of traditional dialogue and cutscenes. The game relies on environmental storytelling and the interactions you have as a cat. The city itself tells a story with its dilapidated building and robot inhabitants. It's a testament to the power of show, don't tell. It feels nice to be in the brain of a kitty cat for once.
Couldn't agree more. And let's not forget the soundtrack. I thought it was amazing because the music, it's unique and it complements the cyberpunk setting perfectly. And it enhances the overall experience, and it adds an emotional layer to the game, making you feel the loneliness, curiosity, and wonder that the cat is experiencing throughout the game. The cat can't actually speak, of course, but we learn the feel of the environment we're in through other clues, such as the music, the looks, of course, and the overall vibe that the other robots are giving off. Stray is an important testimony to the importance of imagery. Whether a dimly lit alleyway or a bustling city street, the player's mood always changes with the environment of the kitty.
That's a great point, Jack. Now let's delve into the deeper message within Stray. The game touches on themes of perspective, loneliness, social classes, technology, and the relationship between humans and machines. Did these same themes resonate with you?
Absolutely. The game prompts players to reflect on the consequences of a society overly dependent on technology. The abandonment, decaying city, and suffering robots, they serve as a harsh reminder of what happens when we lose touch with nature and when technology can become over the top. It's really thought-provoking and is presented in a subtle but I would say artistic way. For me, the most impactful thematic message within Stray is actually the perspective. I never thought about how different a cat's life is from ours until playing Stray. It reminded me how differently we humans react with the world compared to other species, such as a cat. And the game shows this by the way you're able to interact with the world as a kitty. Like, you're able to climb in holes that no human could. You can jump around in ways that no other being could. You're quick, you're agile, you're nimble, everything a cat is. The creators did a fantastic job in portraying how different cats must see the world than we do.
I agree, Jack. That is a powerful idea that the game makes you ponder. For me, the layers within the robot city were quite impactful. The robots are all quite intricate and unique, and the connections you form with the robotic inhabitants add an emotional layer to the narrative. It challenges preconceived notions about artificial intelligence and prompts players to question the nature of consciousness and empathy. The layers that these robots are each stuck in reminds me of social classes in the world we live in. Robots in the slums suffered bad conditions, while robots in the middle and upper layers lived a more full life, with bars, restaurants, barbershops, cars, and pretty much anything we would have.
Well said, Oscar. Stray is not just a game about a cat navigating a cyberpunk city. It's really a rich web of themes and emotions that really leave a lasting impression on the player.
Absolutely. The messages of social class reminded me of movies such as Hunger Games, where people are forced into an impoverished environment that they can't escape from.
Wow, Oscar. I never thought about it that way, but that is quite true. For me, the messages of perspective reminded me about movies like Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed. In this movie, I can see Scooby in the real world, and I can see how a dog interacts with its environment rather than the people. So, in that same way that movie shows perspective, Stray is really emphasizing on how a cat interacts with the world, and it had such a big impact on me throughout playing this game. Every time I actually see a cat now, I think of how I felt playing this game, and I can kind of connect that to what emotions and ways the cat must be seeing the world, even though the cat, likely for all I know, isn't going through a major plot.
Well, that wraps up our breakdown of Stray. It's a game that excels in gameplay, creates a unique atmosphere, and delivers thought-provoking messages. Thanks for tuning in to The Gamer's Experience. And until next time, happy gaming.
Oscar and Jack out.